Hi everyone, this is a view that you guys haven't seen in a really long time, a video with me and Shadow. We haven't done something like this, I would say, in 2 years on camera. He's now almost 7 next month, and this channel really grew, everything kickstarted because of Shadow. I feel like Shadow has a massive support base, he has a lot of people that love him, and you guys need an update. Everything has changed. We are in a whole nother country, first and foremost, which is insane. I haven't really been keeping you guys up to date or in the loop. Yes, we have moved across the ditch. We are no longer in New Zealand, we've moved to Australia, in Sydney. We made this move in October 2023, so at the moment it's mid-Jan 24. It's been about 3-4 months we've been here. It was quite the journey, and this is what this video is going to be about. I want to give you guys an update on our life, on Shadow, what's been happening, what's changed, and what I guess the future holds for Shadow on this channel. So let me go back a bit to October 23, so 3-4 months ago. Okay, it was honestly like one of the hardest times that I've been through with COVID. I got COVID the second time around, the end of September, and this trip had been planned. My flights were booked, his flights were booked, and all of that. And I'm going to go into detail about how I got him to Australia, to Sydney, and I'm going to try and put in clips and photos and everything as much as I can, because I don't want you to just be looking at me while I'm talking. That's going to be a very boring video. I guess even backtracking more a little bit is that this decision was made about August. So I decided that I was going to move. I was going to move with the dog. Of course, you know, he's been with me since he was 4 months old, and I'm never going to leave him, like ever gonna leave him. Okay, so rest assured, he was always going to be coming with me. I booked my flights, I booked his flights to be on the same flight as me. I didn't want to travel without him, and unfortunately, because of me getting COVID at the end of September and it actually lasting a lot longer, I was actually in hospital twice, and so much drama with that. I'm not going to go into detail about the COVID thing because that's kind of boring, I guess, and that's probably not what you're here for, but just know that I was really sick, the sickest I've ever been in my life. In Christchurch, where we used to live, you can only get your dog internationally through a pet transport company, so you can't actually do it on your own. I actually reached out to a pet transport company as soon as I booked my flights back in August. They were happy to do it. We agreed, and then unfortunately closer to September and October they had to pull out for a personal reason, which such bad timing, because I basically had about 3 weeks left to find another pet transport company to be able to get Shadow to Sydney. So I managed to find one. It was a last resort. Again, unfortunately, it wasn't a very good company. I can speak on it now because I've gone through the whole process. While I was going through the process, I actually had a really bad experience, and I would never recommend using this company. Essentially, their communication was so bad. I had such a bad experience, like customer experience with them, and when it's something this important to me, like getting my dog to another country, I expected a lot better, and I wish I had a better experience. I was slowly already at the stage in August, slowly packing up, selling, getting rid of a lot of things at my house in Christchurch. And prior to leaving and prior to the flight date, I had arranged to sell the house, sell the car, basically sell everything. Like, this was a genuine like move, like I'm here for good. So yes, we were meant to be on the same flight, and it didn't work out. I was so sick, I couldn't get myself on a plane. Just getting him to the cargo in New Zealand was such a mission. I was in such a bad state. I needed help from my brother. It was just an experience in its own, and I never ever want to go through that again for myself. I was so sick. Honestly, I feel like the only positive from this pet transport company that I used was that they were actually there. They were actually there on time. They were actually prepared with the travel crate. He ended up needing the, I think it's like the 100 or the 90 size. I'll have everything on the screen and links below anyway, of the size that he needed, the travel crate, where basically the dog has to be able to like turn around inside the crate and be comfortable. Thankfully that was there. All the paperwork was done by them on my behalf, and he needed to go to a vet check and like an export certificate kind of release the day of. Got him to the New Zealand cargo area where the pet transport company person was meeting me. I basically walked Shadow up and down like some grass like berms and areas like that so he can totally pee and poo and do all of his stuff before he gets into this crate and is in there for God knows how long, like 4 hours. The flight is about just over 3 hours to Sydney. If you're taking into account all of the waiting time, like as soon as he gets into the crate, they do not just go straight onto the plane. Like this whole crate process and getting in is like you checking in your luggage and having to wait at the boarding gate. So I think in the end he was probably in that crate for over 5 hours. So that is something to note, by the way, if you are going to be transporting a pet. He was allowed to bring his bath mat, which is this is something that we had in Christchurch. It is his favorite cuddle blanket mat thing. He was allowed to bring that inside his crate. There was newspaper at the bottom of it, and he had a massive kind of container of water kind of latched onto the crate door. So I basically had to trust someone to pick him up and to have him for a couple of days until my postponed flight was. So I did end up postponing my flight a couple of days later because I was so unwell. The day of my flight, I ended up selling the car, went to the airport and got on the flight and landed in Sydney, and here we are now. So we initially had an apartment somewhere else. We've recently moved into this brand new apartment a month ago now, and we are so happy here. Shadow is really adjusting to, I would say, the climate more than anything. Also, this is an apartment which he has never lived in, so that's another new adjustment. I wanted to move out to a bigger apartment and with more space, especially for Shadow for that reason. So that's why we're here. It's the summer right now, so we're just kind of getting used to that. And basically walking him in the mornings, like really early in the mornings or like really late at night. That's been an adjustment. I haven't been able to really take him out far on like walks and hikes just because it's been way too hot. We have finally, I think, gotten comfortable and like properly moved in. I've got all the furniture that we need. He's now got a routine every single day. I'm really excited to kind of show you guys and bring you along on this journey to see what his life is like now in Sydney. He has moved so many different homes in his life, and I'm sure we will continue moving, but you know, I'm excited for what's coming ahead. And he's kind of in that senior stage in his life. He is, you know, 7 very, very soon. He, of course, you guys know, has arthritis. He's got his hip dysplasia. I love sharing with you guys that. I love showing you guys how we manage and deal with it. His life, I guess, in Sydney now. So I hope you guys kind of enjoy this update. Sorry, I have been keeping my channel and you guys in the dark. I really wanted to settle in and have my own life sorted before announcing anything or even talking about it. It was such a tough time for me, that September, October time. So hard, you know, having to find a new job, moving in, finding a new apartment, just the whole shebang was just insane. But I'm really, really glad it's all been worth it and we're finally here in a really good place. If you guys have any questions or comments or just anything, leave them below. I'm going to try to answer everything I can. Other than that, I hope you guys have a good day and I will see you in our next video. Bye. Is that comfy? Is that comfy?